We are set for a new season of Comets basketball for the varsity women and the men. CRN Sports Network ready to carry you along from the ride from November all the way to February to the playoffs and the quest for a state title. CRN Sports coverage from Wendell, North Carolina. It's the first game of the 2019-20 season between the Clayton Comets and the Corinth-Holders Pirates. Doubleheader coverage for you here this evening on CRN. Wesley Outland with the program along with Daniel Moore. And Daniel, we got a great matchup between the Comets and the Pirates. Crosstown rivals, if you want to say, beginning to slowly build with these two schools. We should have a great matchup this evening with the women. Ladies first.
That's right, ladies first as always. Yes, sir. But yeah, I agree. I think we're definitely going to be looking at maybe an evenly matchup here, but it'll be interesting to see who comes out with the win.
It is going to be an interesting game here as they've actually jumped the gun a little bit quicker, and we're going to actually stop for a moment and have a national anthem. So the activity beginning to build here inside the Corinth-Holders Coliseum as the game prepares for the first matchup of varsity basketball for the women between the Comets and, of course, the Pirates. And, of course, remember, you can follow us at crnsports.org on our website, www.crnsports.org. Like, listen, follow, share, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at CRN Sports. And, as always, use the hashtag. Player introductions are underway here. Daniel, obviously, starting the season, we have a home game Thursday night against, of course, South Gunner Titans, but it's difficult. Not saying you can't do it, but it's difficult starting the season on the road for 2 straight nights.
Yeah, that's right. And, I mean, it'll just go to see how this team is going to react throughout the season, in my opinion. Sometimes maybe starting off on the road, you kind of see what you got immediately instead of having to wait a few games to see who's going to progress how.
Teams are being introduced right now. Down courtside, we are at a different level than normally, I have to say. Not used to being high up in the rafters, except when I'm announcing murder sports up in the press box or doing some high school television football or something of that caliber. But we're way high above elevation of the game level between the Pirates and the Comets, and not courtside as normal, but still a great atmosphere, and the Clayton and the Corinth-Holder fans coming in to support these players tonight.
Yeah, I was actually impressed with how many Clayton fans showed up to the game as well behind their bench, so kudos to them.
So player introductions about to wrap up. They'll be ready to go here in just a moment with tonight's game. First match will be the varsity women Comets against the Corinth-Holder Pirates. The Pirates are the home squad. They're wearing white on purple with numbers showing to match. They're the home squad. The away side is the Comets. They're wearing blue on blue with white numbers and detail. for the away colors for this game. This game is sanctioned by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, and this game is brought to you by CRN, the Community Radio Network, solely for the private non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any publication, retransmission, or reproduction of this event without the express written consent of Trey Snide and CRN Sports is restricted and prohibited. We're set for the tip-off now to get things underway. Quickly, it's going to be Clayton with the ball. Kaija Washington going to hand it off there for a moment to number 23 for the Comets. And this game will quickly get underway. We'll see how things develop as Hedinger right under the basket quickly turned it right back over to Corinth-Holders. Holder on offense now. They're going to fight for the ball. 34 coming up shy. Now Kaija Washington up court with it now. Washington sets it up, gets it back to number 11 of Watkins. Watkins goes back to Washington again. Washington jukes, jives, sets up. Hedinger. Hedinger's got Eaves in the paint. Here comes Hedinger back inside to Washington. Washington under pressure on the side there, the 32 of Ramsey. Ramsey now gets back. Washington goes in for two, bounces off the rim, no good. Back up, rebound, comes back to Corinth-Holders. They're back up courtside now. Number 5, Adams with the ball. 2-3 lady coverage on the Pirates. She'll set it off. Goes back to Adams again. Adams will set up on defense for the Comets of Washington. They'll go into overtime, and there's a whistle foul. First foul of the game, and I think we're going to call it on 32. 32 of Ramsey. They're not wasting no time getting things started fast-paced.
No, definitely not. They are running like a mad woman.
A mad woman at that in the early going. 7 minutes in the first period of play here as Comets and basketball underway on CRN for 2019 and 2020. We're glad you're along for the ride. Eaves will set it up to Hedinger. Hedinger goes for 3, bouncing off, no good. Here come the Pirates back on the rebound, back up court. Back to Adams, setting it up again to Ramsey. Ramsey will go back. Ramsey under pressure. Hands it back to number 5 of Adams. Adams in by Ramsey. They'll play hot potato with the ball. Back and forth, 1 and 2. Whistle coming up. They'll draw a foul and stoppage of play here. 6:35. Foul on number 3 of Washington. That's going to be her first for the Comets. The junior 5'2" point guard looking to excel her sights in college basketball. Washington will bring out the first foul for the Comets. They'll bring it back inbound. 22. Gallons, the freshman for the Pirates, sets it back up to Ramsey. Ramsey goes back again to Adams. Under the paint, a steal. Take away. Quickly there. Number 5 of Asia Todd. Todd's around there, goes in, puts it in. And the first points of the game and a foul.
And without that steal there, that play, there would be no points on the. These two teams are playing very tight defense.
Basket will count, foul, and at the line will be Hedinger. She'll shoot an extra point and misses her free throw. But the game is underway. But the first points of the 2019 season for the Comets, and it is of course Hedinger to put the points on the board. 2-0. The score right now, 6-12. And we got another foul, stoppage of play, foul on number 11 for the Comets. And that is Alexa Watkins, the 5'10" guard sophomore. She's also plays strong forward, as that is the third team foul of the game for the Comets, bringing them back in. Third team foul, 1 team foul on the Pirates, and a whistle out of bounds, and it will go back to the Comets. No, going to give it to the Pirates, actually. Pirates ball. In a very different position, normally courtside level. We're normally right there at mid-court, and we're actually high above the rafters here, calling the action. As here comes Washington. Washington sets up the Hedinger. Hedinger under pressure by Ramsey on defense for the Pirates, as Adams is there as well. Sets it up to Watkins. Watkins there. Thought she'd go for 3. Thought better of it. Goes back to Washington. Washington nails a 2-pointer. 4-0 in the early going of the first. 5:45. It's 4-0. Comets on the Pirates here in Wendell. Adams goes back to Ramsey. Ramsey back under pressure. 2 ladies to deal with Watkins and Washington. And Hedinger sticks her paws in there, and they'll call for a foul. And it's going to go against the Pirates. Give the ball back to Clayton.
Yeah, and like I said, so far, good defense here. And we got 4 points for Clayton. And
good game. Foul on the Pirates. That's going to be the second team foul on the Pirates. Actually, they're going to say that wasn't a foul. It was actually out of bounds. They're going to just give the ball back to Clayton as Washington puts it in bounds under the paint. Hands it back to Hedinger. Back over to Todd. Todd puts it out of bounds, and it will go out of play. Give the ball down to the Pirates. Comets up 4-0 right now, Daniel Moore.
I was just about to say, if you're the Pirates, you might want to get something rolling here.
Still a long way to go. Varsity men's action coming up here later tonight on the Community Radio Network. CRNsports.org for our coverage. Back up with Bird. Bird goes back to Ramsey, hands it down to Culbertson. Culbertson now under Adams. Adams under pressure with Washington of the Comets. They'll go in, try to go for the first points of the air. Can't get it. Bounce off, no good. Come back, Comets on the rebound. Up court comes Todd. Oh, into the basket. She missed it. And defense there by Culbertson was strong. They're fighting over it like a hot potato under the rim. Back one more time. Bounces off. Doesn't go in. Goes back again to the Pirates. And they'll go back on offense, back up court to still try to make their first points of the year.
Yeah, and I mean, if you got to capitalize on that play if you're the Comets, but good defense, as you said.
Takeaway by Adams, and here comes Washington under the basket. Whistle and a foul. Like taking candy away from a baby. It's not even Halloween. We're getting ready to carve the turkey for Thanksgiving in November. And a takeaway by Washington, but she'll draw the foul and go to the line and shoot.
Yeah, and we'll see what she's got here at the charity stripe.
So the first foul against new player coming in, number 31. That's going to be Bird, the junior. So at the line, number 3, Kaija Washington, the junior for the Comets. Good season last year, 5'2", point guard. She made the first points of the season with Hettinger as well. 4-0 the score. 4:35 in the first. Comets basketball here on CRN. First shot goes in. Basket at the free throw is good.
Yep. Yeah, and a good. Obviously, you want to make all the free throws you can make.
Got the men's action coming up here later tonight. Denny Medlin and the men Comets prepare for their quest of a state title. They've been playing a couple of jamborees and scrimmages the last couple of weeks. Second foul layup shot goes up, no good, or at the foul line is no good. Washington now brings it back inbounds. Here comes now the Pirates on offense one more time to try to get on the board. Number 12, shooting, missing, and whistle stoppage of play. That was Culbertson that was trying to put something on the basket to allow the Corinth-Holders Pirates to at least score their first points of the game, and that's for naught. Yeah. 5-0 here. Back under the basket. 5-4 for the Comets, and they'll put in another 2. Oh, how sweet it is. Sweet chin music with Todd DeSanders and the seniors. Put it under the rim, and the basket's good. 7-0 is the score. So right now, we still have a 7-0 game. Clayton looks really, really strong.
Yeah. Corinth-Holders is having a little trouble getting something going against this 2-3 defense against Clayton.
Timeout call on the court. 7-0 the score. We're going to take a radio timeout, but we'll actually still stay on the air. Thank you again for those that tuned in to a very quick IQ Energy Drink pregame tip-off. That was probably 2 minutes and we were underway. Yeah. So, hey, no problem here. Not wasting any time.
That's right.
Been wide open announcing Motor Sports and doing TV for the last 36 hours. Just got in from Charlotte. 3 hours of sleep. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
That's all you need, right?
I want to thank the sponsor. They gave me all the energy, but they don't give us any money, so we're not going to do it. Ready to go again here. And finally, number 13 for the Pirates scores the first points of the season. For them, Stevens. But quickly coming back around, Todd, number 5, puts it in the basket. The 5'10 guard forward senior for the Comets. It's now 9-2. Comets up by 7. Now they're starting to go for attempts to put points on the board. The Pirates are. Shot made by Culbertson. Bounce in out of the rim. No good. And 9-2 with 3:32 here in the first period of action. Tomorrow night, we're on the road in Garner, North Carolina. Garner Magnet Trojans host the Clayton Comets. CRN Radio Network airtime will begin at 6:30 Eastern Time with the new High Q Energy Drink pregame tip-off. And then, of course, we'll have the varsity women's and varsity men's action just like tonight. First home game of the season is on Thursday against the South Garner Titans. Broadcast coverage at crnsports.org. Out of bounds, foul called on, no foul, just number 11 of Stevens. And Watkins for the Comets put it out of play, so we're going to give the ball back to the Pirates.
Yeah, it looks like
and they just had a crash.
Looks like Corinth-Holders is trying to find their place in their defense tonight.
Literally just had a demolition derby between 32 Ramsey and Watkins and 11 for the Comets. Cooler heads prevail. We continue on. 9-2, up by 7. Here comes Comets back up court. Washington to the basket. Whistle and a foul. Adams, the junior, number 5 for the Pirates. Got to give her an atta girl. She didn't back off from Washington one bit, but she did put the elbow in.
No backing down, but yeah, just got a little undisciplined there and put a hand in her face.